my grandfather had expressed to me one day. David, never live by way of expectations. We fail to understand the danger of the ease of listening to words clearly understood by way of the language without perceiving the vital importance of what is being said. However, as we venture into the living journey, we come to know that those words mean fundamentally in effect of our lives. I would have never known that I could have been making the biggest mistake of my life when I left a place which I was clearly not happy in. This is the complexity of the dilemma. I was no longer happy in Las Vegas, and thus I was not content, at peace within myself. The night I left, which was June the 5th, and looking down at the city, which was so cruel to me in so many areas in my living there, my only thoughts were of my two sons. They were primarily the only reason for my being there for so many years. After they became adults, as well as my time was coming to an end there, I met someone which I thought was going to be an important part of my fulfilling a part of my life that has been needing closure, and that was having a woman in my life which I was able to be one with. I had this night ponder upon my giving up all of which I remain saying I was not content with, and know that I only was trying to find peace in my existence, feeling that my peace was imbued inside of someone else other than myself. This is the dangers of expectations which my grandfather was implying. I find that despite all of this failing in the manner that it did, not too long after arriving here in Atlanta and onto Lithonia, Georgia, I still remain willing to create a life for myself here. I miss my sons terribly, and all that I am able to think of this night as I observed this video of how was it that I was able to leave them in such a place which I hated. I find that in this thought is only a clear indication of our lives becoming more separated in terms of destiny, even though we will forever be one. This journey that is my life has forever been one of complications and imbued with an immense measurement of information, coupled with a wisdom that is the only reason of why I have never suffered insanity, considering all of which I have suffered in every area of my life where there are those who are supposed to be a refuge for my mind because of the closeness they were supposed to possess for my being. And all of this in the past 5 months, I have come to know that your only refuge is your dedication to your life and being responsible and never allowing yourself to be convinced to sacrifice anything for anyone without sufficient investigation. Not all things are as they seem, but beyond all of the disappointments and the sacrifices made for the sake of change, all things will resolve themselves, and we will understand all of this clearly. Above all challenges, it will forever be most important to remain human.